Well, Kenya and Haiti have officially put pen to paper in a deal that will see 1,000 Kenyan police officers lead a multinational team of peacekeepers. This as trouble keeps brewing in the Caribbean nation. We have that plus many more stories tonight.
Tonight. Basi nakuja mbio ikajaribu kufinya ikashindikana.
2 people dead following a deadly road accident in Busia County. Residents accused the police and the fire department, claiming their response was far too slow. Kenya and Haiti signed deal on police deployment. This as chaos erupt in Haiti's capital city as armed gangs kill police, vow to oust the Prime Minister.
The attempt on the assassination of Dr. Dabji Atela is a matter that, as a union, we are not taking kindly.
Solidarity.
And doctors vow to hold protests throughout the country, demanding for the dismissal of the police officer who shot at KMPDU Secretary General Dabji Atela.
What is not allowed and what therefore is worrying us is people who want to hide behind politics to perpetuate crime.
We are coming for you. Interior CS Kithure Kindiki warns leaders hiding behind politics to cause chaos in Kisii County. It is 1 minute past 9 p.m. East African time. Good evening. My name is Eric Munene. Our sign language interpreter at the bottom end of your screen is Rhoda Nyamai. Now, 2 people have been confirmed dead and 7 others are nursing serious injuries at the Busia Referral Hospital following a fatal head-on collision accident involving a fuel tanker and a Mombasa-bound bus along the Busia-Kisumu highway. According to eyewitnesses, the driver of the tanker lost control of the vehicle while trying to overtake a Probox car, colliding with the bus, forcing it to overturn. Have a look.
On Friday afternoon at 1:20 p.m., residents of Mundika area were startled by a massive fire that filled the skies with thick smoke. This incident unfolded tragically after a fatal collision between a fuel tanker en route from Kisumu to Busia and a bus headed for Mombasa along the Busia-Kisumu highway. The collision has claimed the lives of 2 as others nurse burn injuries at the Busia Referral Hospital.
Kuja nikapata kwamba gari shashika moto. Lakini driver trailer kule analea kwamba aokolewe. Moto imeshashika kabisa, hatuwezi kumwokoa. Amini tumetoa watu 6 kwa basi wakiwa hali mahututi.
The bus was ferrying a known number of passengers from Busia to Mombasa, but their journey was abruptly cut short by the horrific accident that left the bus completely burnt beyond recognition.
Kwa sasa hatujajua idadi maalum za wale ambao wamefariki wote, na pia hatujajua idadi maalum ya wale ambao wamepata majeraha. Lakini tutaweza kupata idadi hizo baada ya kuondoa hizi wreckage hapa kwa barabara.
Eyewitnesses who gathered at Mundika Market in an attempt to rescue any survivors have recounted the harrowing events. According to their narratives, the driver of the tanker lost control while attempting to overtake a Probox vehicle, subsequently colliding with the bus, forcing it to overturn.
Katikati tulikuwa na Freebox. Hiyo Freebox vile ilikuwa inakimbia kwa barabara, ilikuwa inakimbia kama inacheza kwa barabara. Alafu trailer ikalose control. Alafu ikaendea pande ya basi. Alafu trailer ikagonga basi. Trailer vile iligonga basi ikaanguka chini. Watu vijana wenye walikuwako wakaanza kufurutu huko wa mama ndani ya basi. Wamama wengine akatoka. Tulikuwa na mama mmoja walikuwa anamponesha, wameshamtoa nje, tena anarudi ndani anasema anataka baga yake na mtoto. Na mtoto alikuwa amesharuka hako juu ya gari.
Ilikuwa mbio, basi pia ilikuwa mbio. Lakini kwa sababu ya trailer barabara kwa ndogo, trailer imejaribu kufinya. Basi nakuja mbio ikajaribu kufinya ikashindikana.
The bus busted into flames following a petrol leakage from the lorry. Among those confirmed dead are the 2 drivers of the tanker.
Wazima moto wamechukua muda mrefu sana kama gari bado naungua. Yule driver trailer hangekufa. wangekuwa immediately tungeokoa hiyo mwili.
Busia County Referral Medical Superintendent Emma Namulala has confirmed that majority of the patients received are recuperating from multiple injuries.
So we have received 2 patients in Ward 4, that is the female ward, and out of these 2 patients, one of the patients had multiple facial injuries and has been taken to theatre for debridement, and the patient is now stable.
However, one patient, a co-driver of the bus, has been rushed to Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret for specialized examination and treatment following severe head injuries. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47.
Now, the government is now ready to deploy a contingent of 1,000 police officers to Haiti after the government signed an agreement with Haiti to deploy a multinational force to the gang-ravaged Caribbean nation, pushing ahead with a plan that has received criticism from rights groups and has at the same time been blocked by the courts. Haiti Prime Minister Ariel Henry has thanked President William Ruto for offering to lead the multinational security support mission, promising to accord the contingent all the necessary support to make the mission a success.
We will be there at the earliest opportunity that is possible.
President William Ruto's statement can be loosely translated to mean that the mission to Haiti is now in full motion and cannot be postponed any further. It's just a matter of time. Early today, the Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry signed a reciprocal agreement that will guide Kenya's cooperation with other multinational missions to Haiti to calm tensions and restore law and order. Preparations to deploy 1,000 police officers to Haiti to tackle ruthless gangs are in full swing. This despite the court's ruling that halted the mission to deploy the police officers. The head of state insists this is an emergency and the court needed to confirm the reciprocal agreement.
This journey is now as urgent as it can get. If what we saw yesterday in Port-au-Prince is anything to go by, it speaks to the urgency of this mission. And I want to say, from Kenya, we are ready for this deployment.
Moments after Haiti's Prime Minister arrived in the country, an armed clash between gangs and police occurred. This incident took place as Ariel Henry arrived in the country for discussions regarding the deployment of a multinational security mission in Haiti, supported by the United Nations. The gangs want the Prime Minister not to return to Haiti. Currently, tensions remain high in Haiti. Institutions, businesses and shops have shut down as thousands of people seek refuge in downtown areas. The UN estimates the conflict killed close to 5,000 people last year and has driven some 300,000 people from their homes, while the fighting has blocked off access to food and medical services.
Women cannot have the medical attention that they deserve, and goods cannot move inside of the country. We did this appeal, and you step up, and you said, we want to help Haiti. We want to exercise a solidarity with you. Thank you, President. We appreciate it.
On January 26, 2024, the court ruled that the decision to deploy police was unconstitutional, primarily due to the lack of a signed reciprocal agreement between the two countries. The police officers will now be sent to Haiti starting October. Paul Kerobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Well, thank you, Paul Kirobi, for that. Tonight, there is a widespread outcry from leaders and trade unions across the country as they protest the alleged shooting of KMPDU's Secretary General Davji Atela. Various unions, associations, and even international agencies have condemned the alleged attack and the use of tear gas on protesting medical interns. In response, the KMPDU Executive Council has instructed doctors to commence a strike starting Monday. Simultaneously, protests against police brutality will be held on the same day throughout the country.
Solidarity forever.
Several unions, associations and organizations, including the African branch of the International Trade Union Confederation, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, the Central Organization of Trade Unions, and Amnesty International have strongly condemned the alleged shooting of KMPDU Secretary General Dr. Davji Atela during Wednesday's peaceful protest held by medical interns.
We condemn the attack on doctors yesterday who were peacefully demonstrating, and the deliberate injuring of their Secretary General.
Addressing the press, the KMPDU Deputy Secretary General, Dr. Dennis Miskela, criticized the police and directly named the officer allegedly responsible for shooting the KMPDU Secretary General. He demanded that the officer be fired and face charges.
As we are now leaving to proceed to Treasury, the Deputy OCS Capitol Hill, Mr. Evans Kangangi, who had been with us the entire time, refused that we were not going to go to Treasury. Of course, we were adamant, because as Kenyans, we don't need any permission. But then he threatened the SGR, promised to take him out. And as we were moving towards community, headed to Agnes Kodek near All Saints Cathedral, the same officer took a gun around 10-20 meters away from us and aimed at the SG and shot at him.
The KMPDU National Chairman, Abi Mwachi, announced that doctors nationwide will commence a strike in solidarity with the medical interns starting Monday, a move expected to significantly disrupt the healthcare system.
We want to advise our patients to start parking and moving out of all the hospitals from all the corners of this country, in both private and public. We're advising all the doctors to come and visit the Secretary General at Nairobi Hospital at their convenience time, until such a time when the masking tape that has covered the mouth of the Cabinet Secretary Interior is off.
Also on Monday, KMPDU, alongside several civil unions, is scheduled to hold a massive protest against police brutality and to demand the release of medical intern letters.
On Monday, let the policemen prepare, because now we are coming in large numbers. You thought it was doctors only. Now all the public sector unions, plus the private sector unions, are going to march to the Ministry of Health and the National Treasury. DSG. I'm even wondering why you are asking for apology. They are apologizing for what? As we are coming on Monday, with or without apology.
In several counties such as Nakuru and Mombasa, KMPDU officials have also condemned the use of tear gas on doctors and are advocating for the placement of over 1,000 medical interns to facilitate the acquisition of medical licenses.
We are fighting for the rights of the common mwananchi. We are fighting for the rights of the doctors who have been trained by the taxpayers' money.
Long live unions, long live! Long live! Long live unions, long live! Long live! Thank you.
Kisewa Emory, TV47.
Now to some politics, tonight Azimio coalition leaders led by Martha Karua have told the Kenya Kwanza coalition not to celebrate Raila's exit from local politics yet in case he gets the African Union chairmanship post. Karua, who spoke in Kirinyaga, stated that the opposition will remain vigilant. Siaya Governor James Orengo questioning the motive of a section of leaders behind Raila's bid for the AUC seat.
Kenya!
Azimio leaders led by NARC Kenya party leader Martha Karua have moved in to question Kenya Kwanza's excitement in backing coalition leader Raila Odinga's AUC bid, saying his exit does not mean a dormant opposition.
Let nobody think that because Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the leader of Azimio, is seeking a post out there, that there will be any weakness or any failure in the duty of holding those in authority to account.
Since President William Ruto gave Kenya Kwanza leaders marching orders to support Odinga's bid, the Kenya Kwanza camp is celebrating Odinga's quest for the AUC seat to give President William Ruto space to deliver his manifesto ahead of the 2027 poll.
Raila is not going to AU to meet some people's obligations. He's going there as a Pan-Africanist and a true Kenyan.
If I were him, I would be laughing all the way to the bank with whatever he has gotten, because he has really fight. And this one now being supported, he needs to thank also the President Ruto, because being his arch rival, he's also supporting him. If it was somebody else, he could have the president would have picked somebody else and from that person. So now, what I want to say is that Ruto, you know, he has a soft heart and he never holds things. He's never hold a cry to anybody. So that is why he's fronting Raila Odinga.
You don't need a campaign from somebody. Wengine wanaanza kusema na tunajua intelligence, we have it, we get it every morning. Huyu baba tutampanga, weka Amina Mohamed hapo ndiye atakuwa hivi, huyu.
Odinga, who toured Siaya County after touring Homa Bay and Kisii counties, maintained for the third time his quest for the AUC seat does not mean an exit from local politics.
My quest to be the chairman of African Union Commission, I'm thanking them. But when I go to Addis Ababa, I will be very much around here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going nowhere. And I've told our people that they are unboggerable. And they are.
Azimio has criticized the Ruto administration for an attempt to claw back the gains on the hard-fought devolution, the county's allocation share and turf wars, pitting governors against county commissioners, a major contentious point, a move Azimio says is a return to the old provincial administration, not recognized by the constitution.
You've seen so many new bills being developed and being taken to parliament with the intention of clawing back on devolution. We are saying that this is a process that is unconstitutional and that must be resisted.
Apul Kamau, TV47.
The Ministry of Interior has stepped up measures to investigate and bring to book organizers, financiers and perpetrators of violent criminal activities recently witnessed in parts of Kisii County. Speaking in Kisii early today after a meeting with security teams at both sub-county and county levels, CS Kindiki stated that the government's machinery will not stop at anything in pursuit of people who are said to be hiding behind political debates, while at the same time fueling up violence among Kenyans. Our reporter Arnold Adidi tells us more.
Speaking during his visit to Kisii County today, Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki addressed the pressing issues of crime and insecurity plaguing the region. In a stern warning to local political leaders, Kindiki emphasized the need for peace and order.
Clearly, nobody is allowed to commit crime hiding under politics. And for us, we are not looking even at the political affiliation of the offending characters. We are going to go with them after them impartially. And they should not try to think that we will consider anything else except that they are organizing, financing, and inciting violence.
Additionally, CS Kindiki convened a meeting with sub-county security teams, instructing security agencies to prioritize preventive measures and enforce the law impartially.
Doesn't matter whether they are from what political shade. We will go after them and we'll arrest all of them. We don't even care how much influence a politician has. A lawbreaker is a lawbreaker. Period. And please, everybody must respect the law. Nobody is above the law. It doesn't matter whose friend you are, whose enemy you are.
In a broader message to leaders nationwide, the National Security Boss told leaders to stop politicizing security matters. He called for tolerance among opponents and encouraged them to utilize democratic channels for discourse.
Our constitution in Article 4 provides that Kenya is a multi-party democratic state, and therefore politics is a constitutional and legal activity. It is allowed. What is not allowed, and what therefore is worrying us, is people who want to hide behind politics to perpetuate crime. And of late, we have seen a bit of violent behavior in political meetings. And as the security managers of the country, we want to make it clear that we will not permit any person to hide behind politics to break the law.
Arnold Adidi, TV47.
Now, still on insecurity, following the incessant banditry attacks in Baringo County, most villages have been abandoned as residents flee for safety for fear of more attacks. This comes just a day after daring bandits staged an ambush on mourners, forcing them to reroute, leading to more people fleeing to neighboring areas of Marigat and Mogotio. Nelson Moreza with more.
Baringo North is reeling from runway insecurity, with 3 villages deserted and a total of 12 lives lost since the year started. Recently, daring bandits ambushed mourners, compelling more residents to abandon their homes. In Sibilo area, bandits ambushed police officers, making away with stolen goods.
Sisi tulisumbuliwa na hawa Pokot. Sasa hatuna amani. Hata mimi nimetoroka. Nimekuja na watoto yangu, nimeomba nafasi kwa mama jirani kwa area hii inaitwa Mogotio. Sasa sisi tumehangaika sana.
Those fleeing their homes have found temporary shelters in Koroto, Kabarnet, Barisimoe and Kitcheneri area, with others finding refuge in Marigat and Mogoto towns.
Lakini hii sasa mbaya tena saite. Karibu naingia Portolimo. Iko kidogo tu watu naingia huko Portolimo ama Kipsaraman ama Kaportonjo.
Sai si mali tena. Sai ni kuua wanadamu. Sai wanaacha hata na inji na kama tu wanataka maliza watu. Tumewachia hata mali wameshachukua. Mashamba ndio hiyo hatutambui tena. Tumewachia sai ni wanadamu.
In a bid to restore peace in the area, Mogoto MP Ruben Keboreka says he will propose a bill in parliament authorizing the Kenya Defence Force to execute forceful disarmament among civilians in the North Rift.
Nitakuwa naongea na wajumbe wetu, tutakuwa tukilobby rais na watu wote tupitishe sheria kule bunge ndio tupate full disarmament na full operation kule upande ile ya chini ya Baringo tuweze kupata solution ya insecurity.
Meanwhile, chairperson of the budget committee in the National Assembly, who is also Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro, says there are plans to allocate resources within security sector. This, he says, will foster development and ultimately bring peace across the entire region.
Tuache hii maneno ya vita kila wakati. Tukae kama wa Kenya. When you are united, every Kenyan wins. When all the people of Kenya are united, all the people of Kenya are the net gainers.
Nelson Moreza, TV47.
Well, thank you, Nelson Moreza, for that. Now, a man claiming to be a medical doctor has been arrested at Malindi Sub-County Hospital in Kilifi County after the hospital management informed the Directorate of Criminal Investigations about him. The 36-year-old, identified as Mecha Okechi Wycliffe, was found defrauding patients seeking medical treatment at the facility. Wanji Sostin with the details.
In a shocking revelation, 36-year-old Mecha Okechi Wycliffe has allegedly been impersonating a doctor not once, not twice, but multiple times. However, yesterday marked the end of his deceitful schemes. The arrest of this fake doctor was confirmed by Malindi Hospital Chief Medical Officer David Mangongo, who said that the suspect, who has a history of fraudulent activities, was identified after he failed to provide a proper identification and relevant documents.
Hata ili kitu leo tukafanya kwamba tukapata kwamba kuna mchungaji mmoja wa kanisa moja hapa Malindi ambaye huyo mtu alikuwa tayari amelagai wale waumini wake takriban 4 hivi wampatie pesa akisema kwamba atakuja kuwasaidia waandikwe kazi katika hiyo hospitali. So wale watu tayari alikuwa amempatia takriban shilingi 7,000 ambayo alikuwa amewalagai, na tukuja baadaye tukapata ripoti kwamba kuna watu wengine pia ambao malagai pesa nyingi sana. Sasa alikuwa akilagai watu, akija kwa hospitali anajifanya ni daktari na anajifanya na wasaidia wale watu, na kwa njia ile anapata hela kutoka kwa.
On his part, the head of Malindi Hospital, Saidi Omar, has urged the public to be cautious when seeking treatment at the facility, urging them to follow the official payment procedures and not trusting people without proper credentials.
Na nawaomba watu wote wanaokuja Malindi Sub-County Hospital wawe waangalifu sana, wasitoe cash kulipa tafadhalini. Sisi tuko na paybill zetu ambao kila mtu akija huwa analipa kupitia paybill, na nawahimiza na wasisitiza lipeni kupitia paybill, msitoe cash. Daktari yoyote akikuitisha cash usitoe.
Currently, the suspect is detained at Malindi Police Station as investigation into the matter continue. Wanji Sostin, TV47.
Faith Moni Odhiambo has clinched the Law Society of Kenya presidency. Odhiambo, who defeated 4 other candidates, succeeds Eric Theory, who served as president for a 2-year term from March 2022. She garnered a total of 3,113 votes against Peter Wanyama's 2,165. Caroline Kamende came third with 888. Fourth placed Bernard Ngetich managed 833 votes, while Njoki Mbose got 511 votes. Odhiambo led in all the 6 polling stations at the Milimani law courts and regions like Nyeri, Homa Bay, Nanyuki, Kisii, Machakos, Kisumu, and Nakuru. A total of 7,521 of the 15,715 registered members cast their vote in the just concluded LSK elections. However, 7,510 of the votes cast were declared valid.
Supervising the elections or the counting in some other place, she's called Maria Goretti. We expect that she will be here shortly.
Votes those who voted for us.
Thank you very much, Arun. One of us is...
Now, a section of students who have received support from the Ronald Karauri Foundation joined others from Kasarani constituency today for an Education Day ceremony held at the Kenya Institute of Special Education in Kasarani, Nairobi. Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu graced the event and commended the project initiated by the Kasarani MP, praising it as a significant step towards enhancing education in the region. Here is Vera Alberta with more.
Sponsorship offered by the Ronald Karauri Foundation were all smiles as they joined the rest of the schools in Kasarani constituency in celebrating Education Day.
Under the guidance of his leadership and the patronage of Captain Karauri, 120 students were the recipients of a 4-year scholarship in the year 2023 and the year 2024.
The Education Day that was held at Kenya Institute of Special Education KISE in Kasarani, Nairobi, doubled as a prize-giving day for the best performing schools in the constituency.
Monica Mwende, then we'll have Owero Christine Waboy and the mom. Thank you so much.
The event was graced by Education CS Ezekiel Machogu, who lauded Kasarani MP Ronald Karauri for the initiative.
Give you the necessary required formal knowledge, we give you the necessary required skills and the competencies so that from there now you can be able to contribute and participate effectively in the socio-economic development and the national development of this country.
Karauri, who is also the Chief Executive Officer of SportPesa, says the initiative will benefit the community and it gives students a chance to complete their education and better their lives.
As we focus on education, we have some challenges and we are crippled in a way as a constituency. Today we have the Honorable CS because there are some initiatives they've taken as a government which will benefit the people of Kasarani. And I'm happy to welcome him here because if we don't do it together, we will not get anywhere.
Local leaders who attended the Education Day lauded the event, saying they expect more to come, as this is the first of its kind in the constituency.
Social Studies, Kasarani again.
Vera Alberta, TV47, Nairobi.
Well, at 29 minutes past the hour time now for a very short break. Don't go away. We'll be back with more.
Na safari hii katika Mfahamu Kiongozi tutakuletea viongozi aina mbalimbali.
Nikuwe na nisani kama 10 na pia nikuwe menua minibus. Minibus nikoniwa.
Kushinda unaangalia simu ya mzee. Soma Biblia ama ingia kwa washroom ujisugue. Mpaka nimetoa hivi.
I don't know whether any of my children would want to get into the political field. Sijajua bado.
Kila Alhamisi saa 1:30 kuendelea.
Join us on a journey through the concrete jungles and rising skylines, where every beam, every nail tells a story of progress and vision.
In every aspect of life, you have to look at several dynamics.
From groundbreaking.
Nowadays with the tech, you can check on different websites or you check online and you can see some inspiration. So at least that one would be a direction already. I'll know like what kind of style you're going for.
To finishing touches, witness the dedication of the hard-working teams who bring these ambitious dreams to reality. The Realtor, Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m.
Na safari hii katika Mfahamu Kiongozi tutakuletea viongozi aina mbalimbali.
Nikuwe na nisani kama 10 na pia nikuwe menua minibus. Minibus nikoniwa.
Kushinda unaangalia simu ya mzee. Soma Biblia ama ingia kwa washroom ujisugue.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now, Dagoretti North Member of Parliament Beatrice Elachi has disbursed 40 million shillings to support students in high school, tertiary institutions and universities as well. Elachi, who was accompanied by National and GCDF Directors Janet Teya and Naomi Shiyonga, said her office is committed to support vulnerable children access quality education. Elachi added that all the high school students will each receive 5,000 shillings, while students in tertiary institutions and universities will receive 10,000 shillings each. Speaking at Lavington Girls High School, the legislator also promised to complete the infrastructure of several schools in Dagoretti North to improve learning activities.
Nashukuru sana Mheshimiwa Elachi kwa sababu sikuwa naamini kwamba nitafanikiwa kupata hii bursary. Hata nilikuwa tu na wasiwasi, lakini saa hii nina furaha kubwa sana. Hii check itasaidia mtoto wangu pakubwa sana kwa sababu masomo ya special school iko very expensive sana. Sasa ukipatika kupata bursary hii inakusaidia mahali pakubwa sana.
Ningependa kumrudishia mama yangu shukrani. Yeye ndo msaidizi wangu. Ningesema asante kwa kuwa amenilinda. Ningeomba pia nyinyi muwe na utu. Mtu yote akiuliza tu usaidizi wasaidie.
Today we are giving bursary for Dagoretti North and we are giving 7,543 students. We are hoping that this will indeed take back our children after mid-term to school. We are praying to teachers that kindly don't return our students back home. It is good just to follow through because we know there are a lot of challenges and bringing back children, especially from slum areas, is the most difficult. It is a school we must really harness to see that it has girls who are performing, who will go to campus, who can be a role model to many of the girls who are within this informal sector.
Nataka kumpongeza mheshimiwa kwa kazi mzuri anafanyia wananchi. Tunajua watoto wetu leo ama wazazi watafurahi kupokea pesa na wajua watoto watarudi shule bila shida.
Now, the government has been urged to invest heavily in cancer treatment as one way of combating the high number of deaths caused by the disease. Speaking during a special service for the late Mayoni Ward Representative's father, Frederick Watitwa, who passed away from lung cancer, Kakamega County Ward Representative said there is a need to establish specialized cancer treatment centers in each constituency, as many residents travel long distances to access such services. They have urged the government to include treatment for chronic illnesses like cancer in the National Health Insurance Scheme to benefit the ordinary citizen, as medical costs are too high.
Ya kanza for sure iko juu. Kama una hela ni ngumu sana, yani ni short, ni ngumu. Pia ningeomba serikali kama kuna uwezo pia watafute muda, wanaweza hizi kadi ambazo zinakuja za hii serikali yetu ya Kenya Kwanza, waone kama wanaweza include pia cancer treatment iko hapo ndani.
Kwa hakika kweli, kama mzee leo hii tungekuwa labda na zahanati hapa hivi, ingekuwa labda ndio Mwenyezi Mungu angemchukua, lakini matibabu na ule mwendo ungekuwa wenye kupunguka. Kwa hivyo sisi kupitia kwa Ministry of Health na gavana wetu tungeomba kwamba kama Mumias West tuko na level 4, East tuko na level 4, Matungu tuko na level 4, tungehakikisha Butere tuko na level 4, tungehakikisha kwamba ama tungeomba kupitia bunge kwamba angalau katika hizo constituencies tuwe na zile zahanati ambazo zitakuwa zenye kusaidia ugonjwa wa kansa.
Ugonjwa wa kansa ni mgumu sana. So naomba ili waziri wetu na Komicha ameweza kuzindua social health cover ambayo na wasi wananchi waweze kulipa ili iwasaidie kwa hospitali wakati wa matibabu.
Following a persistent drought in Laikipia County causing food shortage, farmers from the Matanya area have developed new ways of irrigating their crops. The innovation involves building farm ponds that will store water on farms for approximately 4 months. The agricultural technology, which is in the trial phase, aims to solve the challenges of climate change. Already 25 farmers in Matanya have embraced the innovation aimed at increasing their productivity.
Kwa sababu wakati kulikuwa bila hii pot kuchimbwa kulikuwa tofauti, kwa sababu kulikuwa na kauka samani kama ile upapo wa kuchoma kitu na kuja ilikuwa nachomeka, lakini wakati hili naona iko change kwa sababu hii maji naingilia ndani ya mchanga. Hii kitu nakaa kwa muda kwa sababu hata maji iko chini.
Kila mkulima ako na maji kwake, na maji ikiingia kwa dam sasa inaingia kwa mchanga kidogo kidogo. Ile chakula yote iko kwa shamba inapata manufaa ya hiyo maji. Hata dam sikidrain, hiyo maji tu inakaa kwa shamba. Sasa wakulima wamefurahi sana juu sasa wako na chakula kwa nyumba.
This new idea in this context that we have to harvest only 200 meter cube of rain runoff and then store it into the shallow farm pond. The depth of the shallow farm pond is only 1 meter, and then the water will percolate into the soil and enhance the soil moisture regime of the soil, so that during the critical phase the crop can get a good quantity of soil moisture.
On to Makueni, where the County Commissioner Henry Wafula has issued a strong warning to residents of the county who have a habit of mistreating and sexually abusing young girls, saying their day of reckoning has come. Addressing journalists after holding a meeting with chiefs and their assistants in Kibwezi sub-county, Wafula assured residents that no one will be spared. He also warned those who have a habit of sabotaging government projects such as roads, water and markets due to theft of metals and other building materials.
Tunahakikisha wakazi wetu wa Makueni ya kwamba tutajikaza na tuhakikisha ya kwamba tunafanya kazi iwezekanavyo. Dhuluma ya kimapenzi hiyo tumeongelea sana na hawa machifu wangu na manaibu wao. Hao watu ambao wanadhulumu watoto, chumba chao kiko motoni. Mimi nimetoka mahali nilikuwa napigana na wezi sugu, wale mnaita bandits. Sasa hatuwezi kukubali watoto wa miaka 6 wanadhulumiwa na mtu mzima. Nataka hawa viongozi wa mashinani waeleze wananchi wetu. Nataka vile vile tuimarishe usalama. Mnajua tuna changamoto ya usalama. saa nyingine kwa hii barabara yetu. Wajua hii Makueni tuko na kilomita 264 kaunti hii ambayo imeshika barabara kuu ya Mombasa na Nairobi. Hiyo yote ni changamoto. Tuko na SGR yetu na mambo mengine, madawa ya kulevya ambayo unaona naibu rais na rais wanapigana nayo.
Well, unfortunately today being a Friday, we don't have an episode of Disruptive Friday, but being a Friday, we cannot leave you with something, or rather, we cannot leave you without something techish. So players in the fintech ecosystem have urged major banks to invest in fintech startups across the sub-Saharan region. The push aims to boost the financial sector's growth in sub-Saharan Africa, facilitating financial inclusion for millions, with major banks urged to broaden their product offering beyond traditional financial transactions. Natasha Wairimo with more.
The expansion beyond digital credit provision, fintechs are broadening their product offerings to include various financial services like savings accounts, investment platforms, and insurance products. This move towards diversification aims to meet a wide range of financial needs and provide comprehensive solutions to all users.
So if you think about the different facets of a fintech, it's number one, things like M-Pesa have truly opened up ability to transact money. We have a lot of startups have really enabled people to save and get earnings of their savings. And these are things that are essentially initially blocked for people who are only banked. DCPs have opened up access to credit. It means you don't need to have a bank account to access credit.
Fintechs are now prioritizing the delivery of holistic financial solutions that extend beyond mere transaction facilitation. The customer-centric approach reflects the evolving demands and preferences of today's customers.
Gone are the days where you build a fintech based on payments. The next time I listen to people saying I'm building a payments in a platform and all that, I'm like, boss, I think you're wasting time. We need to create the solutions, so we create new opportunities for digitizing payments.
Given the increasing demand for innovative solutions in the sub-Saharan region, stakeholders in the fintech space are urging major banks to strategically invest in fintech startups. This strategy aims to leverage the bank's expertise and infrastructure while also tapping into the agility and innovation of tech-driven companies.
However, if you're a fintech in the US or a fintech in Europe, you easily get a relationship with Visa and MasterCard, and you easily access the global markets. Why is it so difficult for sub-Saharan financial technology companies?
For TV47, I am Natasha Wairimo.
Welcome to the world of sports. The three major stadiums which have been earmarked to host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations will be ready by the end of 2025. This is according to the government, which is working within a tight timeline set by the Confederation of African Football, CAF. By January 2026, Talanta Sports City, Kasarani Stadium and Nyayo Stadium are expected to be ready for use. The government's biggest headache is the Talanta Sports City, whose construction is starting from scratch at the Jamhuri grounds in Langata constituency, Nairobi County. Now, the 60,000 capacity facility will be home to football, athletics and rugby. The official groundbreaking of the stadium was conducted on Friday morning by President William Ruto, who will personally supervise the project every 3 months. China and Bridge Corporation have been trusted with beating the strict deadlines and will be supervised by the Kenya Defence Forces.
AFCON 2027 is just the beginning of our nation's endeavor to become a regional, continental, and global center for sport development and competition. To get there, we are committed to invest intensively and strategically to upgrade various sport facilities, including the comprehensive renovation of Kasarani Stadium, as well as the construction of new modern premises and amenities.
The stadium ticks all FIFA and CAF requirements on size, on circulation of funds, on VIP and VVIP spaces, and all those details that FIFA and CAF are so keen on. It is a tech-savvy facility designed for top-level live TV broadcasts, VAR, goal line technology, comparable to the very best in the world.
We are here under your instruction just as the project managers, and we will make sure, Your Excellency, as before, with the contractor, that all will be done and the timelines will be maintained.
Hii kiwanja, I've been to all AFCON since 2017. Hii kiwanja is only at par with 4 in Africa. One in South Africa, one in Senegal, one is being built in Rwanda, na hii yetu. So tuko kwa hiyo level kama ile ya Lusail ilikuwa Qatar.
Now, the 2024 Windsor Classic Golf Tournament teed off earlier today at Windsor Golf Hotel and Country Club. Over 130 players are participating in the third round of the Kenya Amateur Golf Championship. John Lejirma from Kenya Railway Golf Club is the overnight leader after posting 72 points. He is followed by Daniel Kiragu, Chandaria Bavnish, Bernard Omondi and Peter Masharia. In the ladies' categories, Joyce Wanjiru of Kiambu Golf Club finished the day on top ahead of Kelly Gashaga, Belinda Wanjiru and Diana Mbabu. The three-day competition has attracted players from Uganda, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, India and Norway. The prize kit is close to $500,000 shillings and winners will be rewarded on Sunday. Greg Gadumbi is the captain on Windsor Golf Club and Country Club.
Windsor Classic. Windsor Classic is part of the Kenya Amateur Golf Series under the Kenya Golf Union. And this year I'm pleased to announce we have 130 entrants. This year we have a cash prize winning of about 450,000. Will be redistributed to the top 20 players. So I'd like to encourage everybody, come and support your fellow members, come and support your friends from clubs. For lovers of golf, come out and watch. It's going to be a very, very good tournament. I'd like to particularly thank NCBA for being a title sponsor for the Kenya Amateur Golf Series.
Our Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba flagged off Team Kenya's first batch to the All-Africa Games to be held in Accra, Ghana. The squad, which comprises volleyball, handball, table tennis and lawn tennis, were officially handed the national flag at Kasarani Stadium on Friday afternoon. The competition kicks off on 3rd of this month and other teams will depart as the event progresses.
And we promise that this team will do wonders. We have always done very well in the African Games. We know since the game started in 1965 in Congo-Brazzaville, where our legend Kipchoge Keino was discovered, we have done very well. We remember that because of that, we were even given the mandate to prepare and organize the 4th All-African Games in Nairobi in 1987.
Very happy to be here this afternoon to join you, to flag you off, to go fly our flag at the 2024 13th Africa Games in Accra, Ghana, from the 3rd to the 23rd of March. Let me, first of all, from the beginning, congratulate each one of you for being selected to represent our country. Those disciplines, we expect you to compete well, to perform optimally at the top of your abilities, and to surpass the performance of the last games. So we are glad to flag you off and to send you to go to Accra. It's a beautiful coastal city like Mombasa on the Atlantic Ocean. Take time to enjoy the city of Accra, but most importantly, put your best foot forward for Kenya. And for those who will be seeking to qualify, use this platform effectively.
Well, that's how we wrap it up on this edition of Daily Report on this first day of the month, by the way. We hope you have it going well for you, have a fulfilling one. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Eric Munene. Our sign language interpreter is Rhoda Nyamai. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. Wabebe will be your way soon.
Value your feedback. If you would like to